Hi, this is Ashley Latter with your latest Lunch and Learn. I've just actually finished a 2-day ethical sales and communication course in my training centre here in Manchester. And we had a great 2 days. In fact, we had 36 delegates on the programme. But it was interesting, when we were covering overcoming objections, one objection that came up was how do you deal with the husband and wife objection? Now, have you ever had that happen to you when maybe you're discussing a treatment plan with the wife, she's happy to go ahead, but then she turns around and says, everything's fine, but I just need to discuss this with my husband. Or maybe it's the other way around. You're chatting with the husband and he comes up right at the end and says, yep, I just need to check it up with my wife. Does that ever happen? Well, often I'm asked, how would you deal with that objection, or how do you deal with that when it comes up in the consultation? And I have 2 suggestions for you if that ever happens. So let's take the scenario where, for example, you have a lady in the consultation, everything's fine, she comes to the very end, and then she turns around and says, I just need to discuss this now with my husband. So what you can do is you can start ask a few quick questions just to find out where they are with relation to the husband. So you could ask a couple of quick questions such as, does your husband know that you are coming in today to discuss this treatment? Is he as keen on having this treatment as well as you are? Now, if the answers to those are positive, if she comes back and says, yes, my husband knows he's coming in, yes, he's really keen for him to have the treatment, but he just needs to rubber stamp it, then what I suggest you do then is, why don't you suggest to make an appointment with the wife, get the next step in the diary, and that way you can then turn around and say, look, why don't we get the appointments in the diary? We can move to the next stage, take the impressions at that appointment. Now you go home and discuss it with your husband this evening. And if there's a problem or a challenge, you can give us a ring back tomorrow. We can take the appointment out. Now, the advantage of doing that is that at least you've got the appointment in the diary and that you are in control of the whole situation. Now, let's take the other scenario where maybe she turns around and says, well, actually, my husband doesn't know he's coming and I'm not sure whether he wants me to have the treatment or not. Now, let's also sense that you sense in the personality style that she has that maybe she's a little bit passive and everything or every decision that's made in their house is done with the husband. Then what I strongly suggest is then why don't you offer the wife a further appointment where she can come in with her husband together, and you can then go through the whole treatment plan together with both the husband and the wife in the same room. Now, the major advantage of this is that, again, it keeps you in control of the whole situation. The second thing is it's good human relations skills. It shows that you care. But the third thing is that you can maybe address the concerns of the husband. You can answer any difficult questions the husband might have about the treatment. And obviously, if it's a joint decision, you have got the both decision makers in the room, the both husband and wife in the room, and you can do the whole consultation together. So there's 2 quick suggestions or 2 quick ideas for you if you've got the husband and wife objection. So the first one is, if the wife is pretty keen to go ahead, her husband's okay, just need to rubber stamp it, then what I suggest you do is make the appointment there and then say to the patient that if anything changes during the night or you have a conversation with your husband, you can always ring up and take the appointment out. At least that way you've got the appointment in the diary. Or the second way, if the husband doesn't know that the wife's coming in and you sense that they have that type of relationship where everything's discussed together, I strongly suggest then you make a second appointment where you can have the husband and wife together in the same room. At the end of the day, it's good relationships, and when you think about it, that's what really ethical sales is all about.